If it ain't about the money. If it ain't about the money. Yo, come on in. What up, Mr. 335? What's happening? Come on in, guys. I'm coming back. Yeah. I'm so mean and the flow so clean. I just put a red blow sign in the mouth on it. I'm untouchable. These niggas can't see me family. After a while, too, niggas wanna beat me randomly anymore because he speak candidly. Gotta get a cookie cocktail. Bitches wanna feed me, baby. We get funky, you know it's that. The only thing to stop me back in the don't just be on their straight. I don't stop, don't keep on me to play. Now remind me, they tell me when you hit something and wrong, you say, got a new pair of seconds and fresh. Now revenge fucking niggas who know me is my only regret. Kings like cold cuts and they should just be landing me in bread. Okay, this is a lonely path, but I'm laid back. I got boppers watching, trying to knock some boots. Need I say that? So I need a freak who wanna sneak and peek. That's right up my alley like straight cats. Big stepper, you looking like a placement. All these other niggas straight whack. And they know they can't take that. That's why I'm laid back with his name, dang face placed on my impact. But I can't lie. This whole thicker than cold back. I do you can't baby. I don't want you to ever just give me music for a little bit. See when I'm prorated, I need to know that. Oh yeah. Do me down. Let's give the guys a couple more minutes to come in. Let's give it 5 more minutes. 5 minutes. Is 5 minutes enough, or should we give them 10 minutes? Black people time. Should we give them grace, or retro make up 5 bars? But otherwise, how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Let's start out pumping this shit like toilet water. I'm not in water. I bet you don't say no more hormone drinks, just like all the water. The best coach ever. Hey, shout outs. Thank you, bonga. Man, my plan today was to actually do like a presentation. Was to do like a presentation through my laptop and TikTok, but apparently I have to go live for an X amount of time before I can unlock my virtual camera. So it didn't make sense for me not to be there and for it to just be text. So it was either only text or it's going to be me reading text. But I think as long as we get the message through, this is going to be an easier setup. It's going to be lighter also on usage. So should be faster. The quality should be crisp. The sound should be coming through. Maranjwiteng, how's the sound looking? Or how's the sound sounding? And how's the picture looking? Let me know in the comment section. Amafuta. My head in here. Amafuta for a anaconda. No my black mamba yako. You get that? Thank you guys. It's your boy Sianda. Awesome. You can get this. You can pre-order. You can put in your pre-order for the mafuta or matota. Put in a pre-order. For the ladies, I also have amafuta wenu. And you can buy that because I have that in stock. So you ladies can go ahead and buy yourself amafuta wenu. I encourage enhancement as long as it's natural. As long as there's no anything you cover it as long as there's no side effects. I encourage enhancements. Whatever can make your experience better, go ahead and do it. No, like lamafuta lawa at yabona Jules Jules. Like you could easily say I don't need lamafuta lawa, but I use them because I don't know, like I wanna describe it in a better way. Like it increases my sensitivity. I worry less about whether Kito packs like or in like I can actually enjoy sex even more with this. For me personally. That's why I love them so much. Like I enjoy sex even more with this. Even more. Yeah, and when you know what you're doing, hitting the right strokes, and she's not trying to tap out because it's painful, but she's tapping out because it's too much orgasms, then dance out of it, dance. So why would you not wanna stay within? So yeah, orders all through the website. Okay, give 5 bars for free too. So I think we can get into it. Okay, so I got everything set up behind me. My foot is feeling a bit cold. So today's build is about maybe some testosterone, right? So we are experiencing a worldwide decline in testosterone across our generation. So the previous generation at our age had more testosterone than we do, and is only getting worse. It is only getting worse for other generations that are coming up. Now, there are multiple factors that contribute to this decline in testosterone. So I pulled up on chat, like, yo, chat, let's go ahead and do some research. Let's go and dive as deep as possible. So this is going to be a bit long in a sense, but I didn't want to oversimplify it. But also it'll be easy to read. But I want to give you guys enough context, because I think what works well, or maybe it's because it's worked well with me, is that with enough context of knowing how and where the issue started, you can actually be able to take the solutions more seriously. You can actually take this whole thing more seriously. To say, I know there's other factors, like the pollution that's out here. You might not be able to do anything about all of those cars and the fumes that they pushing out into the atmosphere. But the food, you can start looking at your food. Whatever the solutions are, I'm going to be presenting today. So before we got started, let's do 21 breaths. Let's do 21 breaths. 21 breaths and together. So I can get more relaxed into this, and you guys can also become more receptive to the information, right? Now I want you guys to just sit up straight. Make sure your back is straight, your neck is straight, aligned with your neck, and then just drop your chin. Making sure that there's a straight line. Spine and neck, straight line. And then we're just going to take deep, slow breaths in and out. And that's all we're literally going to do, right? So let's just all take deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. So as you breathe out, just sigh. If you're feeling a lot of stress, take a deep breath in all the way in and out. Deep breath in and out. Just removing any type of tension that you feel. Take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs up as much as possible and out. Good, let's keep going. Take another deep breath in and out. Take a 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 deep breath in and out. So now we're going to double the speed. So take a deep breath in and out, 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 in and out. Last time, in and out. And I'm going to take one deep breath all the way in and hold it. Hold it. Put your focus on the top of your head. And as you breathe out, just feel it. Just basically scan your body from the top to the bottom and breathe out. Okay, cool. We are within. Let's get into it. Go ahead and land if you need to land. But yeah, the decline of testosterone levels. So let me just turn around my screen. Let me just flip the camera. So this is what I'm reading from, right? Just so you can see. If you're wondering, why does it keep looking to the right? What's up, Zandile? So, the decline of testosterone levels, understanding the problem and solutions. So, what is testosterone and why does it matter? Testosterone is the primary male sex hormone produced mainly in the testicles. It plays a crucial role in developing and maintaining male characteristics and overall health in men. So in men, testosterone helps to regulate reproductive function. This includes sperm production and development of sexual organs. That's very important. So this also supports muscle mass and strength, and it maintains your bone density. So it influences red blood cell production, and it contributes to a general sense of well-being. Healthy testosterone levels are thus important not only for sexual health, which is basically the libido and fertility, but also for energy, for mood, and for physical vitality, right? So it is normal for testosterone levels to peak in early adulthood and then gradually start to decline with age on the average of about 1% per year after the age of 30. Right? So this age-related decline is a natural part of aging. However, in recent decades, scientists have observed something alarming. Men today often have lower testosterone levels than men of the same age in the past generations. In other words, many young men now have lower testosterone than their fathers did at the same age. So this trend has raised concerns about men's health, earning descriptions as alarming or evolutionary. What you call this? So evolutionary development by researchers. In sections below, we will explore the evidence for the population level decline in testosterone and why it might be happening. So what it means for health and how to address it. Yo, afethu. Sekgowa se tletse, se tseketse mlomo, sehoke ka setlhatsa. Fuck. Mara ngizoqhubeka. I don't know when I started disliking go bua sekgowa jena. Yeah, but modimo. Nkare ke monna wa mzulu. Let's go. So the problem, né? So declining testosterone levels in men. Multiple studies across the United States and Europe have documented a steady decline in men's testosterone levels over the past few decades. Importantly, this decline goes beyond what we would expect from normal aging alone. For example, ongoing research shows that a 45-year-old man today tends to have lower testosterone level than a 45-year-old man in the 1980s or 1990s. So even after accounting for age, in other analysis of US health data, researchers noted a slow, consistent decline in age-adjusted testosterone levels over the last several decades. So they characterized the downward shift in testosterone as alarming from the viewpoint of evolution, given that testosterone's importance in male physiology. So in the chart that we have right now, let me show you the chart. I can't zoom in anymore than I have, but let me show you the chart. I want to show you guys the chart. Flip the camera. Cool. So in the first chart, in this chart, basically this chart, the what you call this, the availability or the amount of testosterone. Yeah, this is the amount of testosterone. And the different colors signify different age groups. So the red group is an older generation, and the orange one is a less older generation. So I think this one is for the guys that were born in 1970. This one is the 1990. The one below that is the 90, in the 90s basically. And then this one, I'm a 2000. So as you can see, with every generation, we are seeing a decline in production of testosterone. Right? So let me flip this camera back. So yeah, so this and this and this also just show the same thing. So let me flip my camera back. So so where do we go? So it's also important to note that average testosterone levels, while lower than before, have not yet fallen below the clinical low T threshold in population wide levels. In other words, the typical man today still has testosterone within normal range, but that normal is shifting downward and inching closer to the lower limit of normal each year. So at the same time, when you're discussing normacy, I think it itself, it does bring in a little bit of bias in itself. Let's say they basically use the data across all of these different age groups, and the baseline being the oldest, right? And then what low testosterone would generally do is give you like a slew of medical problems, a lot of medical problems, from brittle bones to the like physical weakness. You become like very scrawny, and I think maybe that's why generally when you look around at the men that we had, like just when you look at ourselves, like if I compare myself to my grandfather, oh snap, let me also share this. I saw someone sharing this. Let me also share. How could I forget to share this? Okay, so hey, cancel. So, like I was saying, so if I look at my grandfather, and both of my grandfathers and my grandmother, they had a harder structure, a bigger structure than I do right now. And if I look at my father's structure, he has somewhat a bigger structure, bone density wise, right, than I have right now. One thought. But yeah, let's keep it moving. So, however, from the public health and evolutionary standpoint, this downward drift raises concerns about the future if the trend continues. Recognizing this problem is the first step. Next, we need to understand why it's happening. So let's go and understand why this is happening, because now we know there is a problem. There is a literal trend across every single generation. Testosterone is declining across generations. So what does that mean? If testosterone is declining across generations, we are going to see a decline in population. We are going to see a decline in male-like behavior also, because this does also influence male behavior. So let's go. So researchers are actively investigating the cause behind this circular decline in testosterone. It appears to be multifactorial. So there's no single culprit that explains why this is all happening, but rather a combination of lifestyle, environmental, and health changes in modern society. So below are some key points or key factors that have been identified. Number 1, rising obesity and sedentary lifestyles. So sedentary lifestyle being that we are sitting in offices instead of moving around in the world. We are sitting down for most of the day instead of moving around the world. So that's a sedentary lifestyle. The couch potato lifestyle, instead of being out and about. So rising obesity and sedentary lifestyle. So perhaps the most significant factor is the increase in the overweight and obese individuals in recent decades. So higher body fat is strongly linked to lower testosterone. I'll repeat that again. Higher body fat is strongly linked to lower testosterone. So excess adipose tissue can disrupt the body's hormone balance and insulin sensitivity, leading to reduced testosterone production. In fact, one study found that a BMI increase of 4 to 5 points corresponded to the testosterone level of someone 10 years older. You feel that? So the heavier you are, the bigger that you are, the less testosterone that you are going to be able to produce and have. So the ongoing obesity pandemic thus almost certainly plays a role in falling testosterone levels. Additionally, modern lifestyles have become more sedentary, meaning we move less and we sit more than previous generations. So physically inactive men tend to have lower testosterone than active men. So on the flip side, regular exercise, especially strength training, high intensity interval training, can give an immediate testosterone boost. My gents, I hope y'all taking notes. So men who really exercise miss out on these hormonal benefits. Overall, the combination of overeating and under-exercising in the digital age with easy fast food, desk jobs, screen time has pushed weight up and testosterone down. You feel me? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just had to. So this is the leading factor, by the way. This is the leading factor. The rise of obesity and the sedentary lifestyle. So the rise of what you call this overeating and under-exercising is bringing the decline of testosterone levels. So this kind of tells us, well, what can you start doing? It already tells us, like, move more. On top. If you're working a desk job, then move more, take a walk, and during lunchtime out. Don't just sit at the desk. Don't just go and sit for your lunch. Pack fruits. So that's it's something that you can walk and eat type of a situation. Right? So yeah, the next reason is poor diet and nutritional factors. So beyond just calories, the quality of the diet can influence hormonal levels. Diets high in ultra-processed foods and sugars can contribute to weight gain and metabolic problems that suppress testosterone. Conversely, a balanced diet rich in whole foods supports overall health and optimal hormone production. So extremely low-fat diets have been associated with slightly lower testosterone as well, since dietary fats are building blocks for hormone synthesis. Though moderate fat reduction doesn't actually cause clinically low T, the main point is that healthy eating, meaning adequate protein, healthy fats, vitamins like vitamin D, and minerals like zinc, helps maintain normal testosterone, whereas chronic overeating or poor nutrition can set off a cascade of health issues that drag testosterone down. For example, vitamin D deficiency, which is very cheap to solve. 1 hour in the sunlight, but let's keep it moving, has been linked. So vitamin D deficiency has been linked to low testosterone, and studies have noted declining vitamin D status in populations alongside testosterone declines. So less time. So it goes back to the sedentary lifestyle. We are not moving as much. We are in offices. We are in classrooms. We are under the shade. We are not in the sun as much as we used to be. So that means we are not synthesizing vitamin D. Remember, vitamin D is synthesized by your body through photosynthesis, or a similar process to photosynthesis. Your melanin receptors take all this light, transport it to the gut. The gut Pegas cooks this thing. Vitamin D produced. Vitamin, the word vitamin, most vitamins are produced within your body. The word vitamin, vitality, Amen, Amen, Amen Ra, the sun god. What? Vitamin. This is a Greek word, but this is the where it's derived from. Vitality from the sun. Vitamin. But yeah, let's keep it moving. Number 3, a lot of people are not going to like this, chronic alcohol and substance abuse. So excessive alcohol intake is another lifestyle factor that can depress testosterone levels. Chronic heavy drinking has been shown to damage damage the testes. This is very important. It damages the testes. Let's keep it moving. And it lowers testosterone production. So it damages the testes, the liver, and which basically would lead to lower testosterone production. So alcohol abuse is known to raise estrogen levels and impair hormone release. So contributing to hypogonadism in alcoholic men. Hypergonadism, in alcoholic men. So other substances can also have effects too. For instance, some research has pointed to marijuana use. Where do you think you're getting this guababa? Hey, this is famous for the guababa. I know it's not everyone. But don't you find it a little bit suspicious? That we even say, don't you find it a little bit suspicious that why would we as a people from Ekasi to Kasi say this about Abantaba Piniswa? Don't you find it suspicious? But in any case, So some research has pointed to marijuana use as a potential contributor to lower testosterone. Though findings are mixed and dose dependent, overall moderating alcohol consumption and avoiding substance abuse is beneficial for maintaining healthy testosterone. Right. So sleep deprivation is another one. Right. Let me see what we have after that. We have a couple of more factors. Sleep deprivation and sleep disorders. So sleep is a critical time for hormonal regulation. Testosterone is mainly produced during the night and it peaks in the early morning hours. This is why we as men have those erections. So men who do not get sufficient quality sleep can experience sufficient drops in testosterone. And this is me speaking from experience. I haven't been getting enough sleep. I can see from how I move, how I think, how I feel. When I have slept enough, I'm thinking more clearer. When I have slept enough, I have more bass in my voice. It's crazy. It is crazy, but it is true. Sleep. So men who do not get sufficient quality sleep can experience significant drops in testosterone. For example, conditions like obstructive sleep apnea, that fragment sleep are associated with lower testosterone levels. So disrupted sleep cycles interfere with normal daily rhythm of testosterone secretion. Unfortunately, modern life is full of sleep disruptors, from stress to long work hours to screen use at night, which may be undermining men's overnight testosterone production. So what does that mean? My guys, people are not paying attention. My guy, your testosterone levels are way important than your dick size. I'll tell you that. I'll even say this. Your testosterone levels also play a role in your size. So you want to listen to this, and no, I don't have anything that makes your tolozi bigger. If you have lost your size, I can help you regain whatever that you've lost, right? And there are things out there that people say that work. I personally have not seen these things for me to say, oh, they do work. From ama herbs to ama cream to ama penis pump and whatnot, there's people that say that these things work. Go ahead and do your own research. But me, Ngapa, I do not even want to touch that subject of kulisi tolos. I help gents with babuise what they have lost through them obliterating their own body and lifestyle. So that's why I'm all about the detox lifestyle. I'm all about that holistic health. I'm not a guy that talks about short-term solutions. I'm all about long-term solutions. In any case, let's keep it moving. So prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of sleep, of good sleep per night, and treating sleep disorders, if they are present, is important for hormonal health. And then the next factor, chronic stress and mental health. So long-term stress, whether physical stress or physiological stress, can negatively impact testosterone. So acute stress, like intense exercise or fight or flight situations, may actually cause a brief spike in testosterone, like Pumasido type of a situation. But sustained stress tends to actually suppress testosterone levels via elevated cortisol and other mechanisms. That's why they say it's really best for you to actually work out towards the end of the day or early in the morning, right? Let's keep it moving. Yeah, today's society might not be objective. Wait, let me see where I left off. Okay, today's society might not be objectively more stressful than the past, but the nature of stress has changed. And what this is saying is that in the past, we didn't have the comfort of these, structures, these house structures. We were out in the boondoos. like actual real life dangers of being bitten by a snake, being hunted by a pack of animals. That was a real life thing that was happening. Khona manje, we worry about uglunywa ubhobi down the road, as opposed to getting chased down by a bunch of hyenas. You see what I mean? So technically, because of all of these comforts, we technically have less to stress about, but at the same time, we have different stresses. Right? I'd even say our stresses are mainly brought about by status. We have status stresses because everyone ukijima status. People are not chasing money. People are chasing status, by the way. If you didn't know. Okay. Sipo, how can you get the products? The products, you can get them off the website. If you go to my bio, click the link in my bio, it'll connect you to my website. My website is bufullspectrum.com. If someone can type it into the in the comment section in the meantime, that would be dope. Maybe not. So the other factor. Wait. So some researchers theorize that widespread issues like anxiety, depression, and even overuse of smartphones could indirectly affect hormonal balance by disrupting your sleep, increasing sedentariness, meaning where you are sitting, you are not moving as much, and keeping the body in a prolonged state of stress arousal. Now, while the relationship is complex, it is likely that physiological stress and poor mental health in modern lifestyle contributes in part of the testosterone decline. And then that means, what do we need to look at? We need to look at managing your stress. This could be through meditation. This could be through breathwork. This could be through you doing yoga. This could be you doing your favorite sport. This could be you doing tush, cluff, So there's so many ways to do this. And then we have environmental toxins, the endocrine disruptors. So our environment has changed dramatically in the last 50 years, exposing us to many industrial chemicals that can interfere with hormone. In particular, endocrine disrupting chemicals found in plastics, pesticides, personal care products, and other everyday materials are under scrutiny. So all of these things are under scrutiny for their impact on testosterone and male productive health. The production of plastic has increased sixfold since the 1970s, and many plastics, like those containing phthalates and BPA, can leach compounds that mimic or block hormones. Research has linked EDC exposure to a variety of adverse effects on human health, including impact on metabolism, puberty timing, sperm quality, and lower testosterone levels. So, for example, studies found that associations between higher levels of certain plastic-related chemicals and reduced testosterone in men. While cause and effect is still being studied, there is little question that our exposure to EDCs has risen exponentially, and this may be contributing to the decline in testosterone observed over time. Environmental factors are likely not the sole purpose, of course, but they do form an important piece of the puzzle. There was another study that I checked out where they were talking about I think there were frogs in the Amazon, right? So these frogs in the Amazon were exposed to, it wasn't pesticide, they were exposed to some form of BPA, to some form of plastic, right? And what happens is that male frogs became female frogs. Male frogs became female frogs because of an exposure. I'm not sure if they were exposed to what do you call this? If they were exposed to plastics or if they were exposed to pesticides. One of the two. And that basically changed their gene makeup from male to female. And that's crazy business. That is crazy business if you think about it. Let me not touch on how that could be happening with us right now. Let me not touch on that because it's a very sensitive time right now. It's a very sensitive time. But yeah. So smoking trends. So this is like a very curious twist. So this is why it's very important to actually go ahead and do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Go ahead and do your own research. As I present you with solutions, you try things out and you see how things are working out for you. If something is working for you, continue. If it's not, drop it. But give it time. So, smoking trends. So, in a curious twist, cigarette smoking has been found in some studies to increase testosterone slightly. Possibly nicotine affects the metabolic breakdown of testosterone. So, decades ago, a much larger population of men smoked compared to today. So, roughly half of men were smokers versus only 15% now in many countries. The reduction in smoking rates is unquestionably positive, for sure, in public health, but it could be a minor factor in lower average testosterone because, at that time when they were measuring testosterone, when they were starting to measure testosterone, it was like during the time of people actually, and during the time where cigarettes were very popular and people didn't know about the harmful effects of cigarettes at that time. But cool. It's just one of those things. So it's important to note that this is not a reason to smoke. This is not a reason to smoke. The health harms of smoking overwhelmingly overweigh many marginal testosterone effects. But this trend is noted by researchers as one piece of whole puzzle. So, and then we have two more things, right? So the other health demographic factors. So several other changes in health statuses over time likely play a role. For instance, chronic disease like diabetes type 2, metabolic syndrome have become more common. And these conditions are associated with lower testosterone levels in men. There is a bidirectional link. Low testosterone can worsen metabolic disease, and metabolic disease can suppress testosterone. So increased prevalence of conditions like heart disease, hypertension, medications, and medications to treat these conditions might also indirectly affect hormones. Additionally, some have speculated on factors like less manual labor, which is lower muscle mass, and more time spent in climate-controlled environments, potentially raise average scrotal temperatures, which is also very important to note that your nuts are supposed to be cool for you to be able to produce testosterone. So the warmer your nuts are, the less testosterone and the less quality of sperm that you will produce. So that's why it's popular now to have an ice pack, to put ice pack on your nuts. You feel me? But yeah. So these latter theories are less proven, but underscore how nearly every aspect of modern life, from work to home to health, have shifted in ways that could influence our hormone. So in all likelihood, the decline of testosterone is due to a combination of many small changes rather than one single cause. So our lifestyle, environments, and habits have collectively changed, and testosterone levels have, adjusted accordingly. So yeah. So now I'm running Goratu now. But let's keep it going. So let's understand, why does low testosterone matter? Testosterone is fundamental to male health. So a decline in levels can have tangible consequences, even if the drop is gradual. Lower testosterone, especially if it falls below normal range, can affect men's quality of life and health in various ways. Number one, energy, mood, cognition. Men with low testosterone often report chronic fatigue, low energy, and a sense of weakness. Testosterone contributes to a general sense of vigor, understand that body language, and well-being. So when levels are suboptimal, meaning they are low, men may feel sluggish or depressed. So low testosterone has been linked to depressed moods difficulty concentrating, and even increased anxiety in some cases. In fact, symptoms of low testosterone can sometimes mimic depression. Interesting. Adequate testosterone also supports cognitive functions such as memory and confidence, whereas deficiency might subtly impact mental sharpness and motivation for some individuals. Feel me what I'm saying. Jules, no? Oh, okay. Thank you, Duma. Sure, Mr. 21. Questions. Okay, let's keep it moving. Where was I? Oh yeah, body composition and strength. So one of testosterone key roles is helping to maintain muscle mass and bone density. So with low testosterone, men tend to lose muscles and gain body fat more easily. This can lead to decreased strength, frailty, meaning frailty. That's where the word comes from, and even osteoporosis, which is basically weak bones. So if testosterone drops very low, particularly in older men, men with low T might notice it's harder to make gains in gym or recover from workouts. So they may also experience weight gain, especially increased abdominal fat, creating a vicious cycle since higher body fat can further suppress testosterone. Set up. I want to get set up of an entry. So this is why it's important to detox. Why it's important to detox. Why one? And then we have sexual and reproductive health. Now, perhaps one of the most noticeable effects of low testosterone are on the sexual function. Testosterone drives male libido, which is the sex drive, and is crucial for normal erections and sexual performance. Low testosterone often results in reduced sex drive and weaker erections, which can significantly impact intimate relationships. Young men with very low testosterone might even experience difficulties with fertility, since testosterone within the testes is needed for sperm production. So research shows that population-wide declines in testosterone have coincided with declines in sperm counts, meaning these things so drop in testosterone and drop in sperm count, same thing, same WhatsApp group. Supplements, retrofit, we get in there. We get into the solutions. We're just moving through the issue and understanding why it's important for us to take care of our testosterone levels. We are getting to the solutions. We've talked about some of the solutions, but we're getting to the solutions. Hold on tight. Bambezela. And what do we use to detox? Bambezela. We're coming there. So any ladies, all the ladies in here, do not leave especially if you have a boy child, especially if you have nephews. This is very important to know, because you guys have so much control over what they eat and their lifestyle. So please listen. So sexual and reproductive health, I think we've done that. So this suggests a broader impact on male reproductive health. Clinically, men with testosterone deficiency frequently present with low libido, erectile dysfunction, and infertility issues. Right. So metabolic and cardiovascular health. Low testosterone is associated with high risk of a number of health disorders. For example, men with low T are more prone to develop type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and obesity, partly because testosterone helps to regulate fat metabolism and muscle insulin sensitivity. Additionally, chronically low testosterone has been linked to increased cardiovascular risk factors like higher fat mass, lower HDL cholesterol, and even a greater incidence in clinical cardiovascular events in some studies. While research is ongoing, there is evidence that men with lower testosterone have higher rates of certain Sekgowa na ba re ke sitse. This word guys super super comorbidity. When I know I can't read this by myself. Bonang sekgowa se. Yeah, kapokelwa no. Yo. Comorbidities. What is this? Awa. Google. Take me there. Yes. Yeah. Let's hear what how it's pronounced. Yeah, no, let's Google it because wow. Hey, this thing is overestimating my English. Underlining illness. There we go. But I want to be able to pronounce it. Comorbidity. Let me increase the volume for the other kids. Comorbidity. Okay, which is the simultaneous presence of two or more diseases or medical conditions in a patient. Okay. Right. Okay, let's move on. Certain comorbidities, right? And even higher all-cause mortality. Meaning, if you have low testosterone, and not in a good way. They are but not if you are going down. You are going down. We are fats. So even higher all-cause mortality compared to men with normal testosterone. In one analysis, lower testosterone levels correlated with an increased risk of death from any cause. Okay, this is so deep. From any cause. This is just from just a study. Suggesting testosterone is a maker of general health in men. Do we need any more reasons to take care of our testosterone health? If you don't take care, if your testosterone goes down, yeah. And if you think about it really, and if we look at just being a human, and when your testosterone goes down, you lose motivation, you lose muscle mass, you lose bone density, you lose I said motivation already. So you don't want to go out there, you don't have the ability to reproduce. So the body is like sends the next acting switch once. Acting switch will try again in another body maybe. One moya otamai. But I know about it. This could also, now this is me shooting in the dark. This could be also the reason why we see such a high rate in male sweat on top. This could be the reason. Okay, so in summary, healthy testosterone levels are important for maintaining muscle and bone strength. Bone strength, sexual function, mental and physical energy, and overall metabolic health. Population-wide downward shift in testosterone could mean more men experiencing borderline lower T symptoms or related to health issues. Imagine a world full of moody men. I'm just saying that to be mean, but if I'm being nice, a world filled with depressed men. Nothing is happening. Nothing is moving. But we are very needed by the society of it. So the good news is that awareness of the problem allows men and the healthcare community to take steps to mitigate the impact. Whew. So, yeah. This is still so long, guys. Should we pause and come back for part 2? Should we pause? Okay. Solutions. So, facing the reality of declining testosterone levels, what can be done? So, the encouraging fact is that many of the contributing factors to low T is modifiable. So, by making conscious changes to your lifestyle and environment, it's often possible to boost your testosterone levels naturally, or at least prevent an accelerated decline. So, here are several evidence-backed strategies and solutions. So, number 1, maintain a healthy weight, because achieving and keeping a healthy body weight is one of the most effective ways to improve your testosterone levels. So if you are overweight or obese, losing excess fat can lead to significant increase in testosterone. Sometimes on the order of 100 to 200 mg-dl. I want to see what this matrix is. Because I've been seeing it so much. NGDL. Because I know it's been measuring volume of, so stands for nanograms per deciliters. It's a unit of measurement often used in medical context to express the concentration of a substance in a liquid. Okay, cool. Okay, so this basically is the concentration or the density of your testosterone within a said liquid that is used for it to be measured. So, let's keep it moving. So this is because weight loss reduces insulin resistance and inflammation, and it decreases the conversion of testosterone to estrogen in fat tissue. So in practical terms, adopting a combination of dietary changes and exercise to shed fat can reverse a lot of testosterone suppression caused by obesity. Even a 5 to 10% reduction in body weight can make noticeable hormonal benefits, given the strong link between high BMI, low T. Weight management should be top priority for men looking to boost their testosterone. Never. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Excusez-moi. And I'm back. Okay, so. Slim Fit Blend Tea. So this is a detox tea that I put together. If you scan here, actually I need to also check this barcode. But if you scan here, you should be able to access what you would call this the detox program. So it comes with a 14-day detox program. If you got this already and you try to get the detox program, just send me a WhatsApp and I'll send me a WhatsApp with your order number and I will email you or I will message you the detox program. But this has herbs that helps with basically balancing out your hormones, detoxing your liver, detoxing your kidneys, detoxing your gut, helping with fat loss, helping with decreasing your appetite. So controlling your appetite. So if you are trying to lose weight and detox, Slim Fit Plenty is going to be your friend for both men and women. For both men and women, don't let the packaging fool you. So this is 100% me. Such a proud thing for me. But yeah, all organic, all natural. Let's keep it moving. Then regular exercise or exercise regularly. So especially strength training. So physical activity. Physical activity is a natural testosterone booster. Both resistance training, which is basically weightlifting, and high intensity interval training, which is HIIT, have been shown to actually increase testosterone levels and over a long period of time, over the long term. So it also helps to sustain higher testosterone by improving body composition. So testosterone, like the more we reading into this, I'm also learning. Testosterone is like a yenza type of a thing. And so like if you start working out, and you increase the production of testosterone, and testosterone in itself will help to boost your journey in working out by increasing the muscles, by increasing the power, the endurance, the motivation. Yenza testosterone, and that's what we call it. Uprati, yenza on top. And also, it's that time. Oh no. Hold on, guys. Okay, cool. So, like I was saying. So, yenza. So, if you fuck up your diet, you start eating all of these things that lower testosterone, yenza. Meaning wenzani? Ngiyakupratselela ke nami ke. So, ngenze right, ngizokwenza right. Ngenze wrong, ngizokwenza wrong. So, testosterone is an aggravator. It is a flipping aggravator. So, if you are living the plush, the balanced, healthy life, it is going to improve it. It's going to make it better. If you are on the decline, then it will worse. You'll press worse. But let's keep it moving. So where was I? So exercise also aids in weight control. So creating a virtuous cycle for hormone health. So one caution: extreme intense endurance exercise like running, marathons back to back can sometimes lower testosterone in the short term. Do you wonder why like long distance, whatnot, like they generally are very skinny, they look very frail, they don't look manly, like like even the way they run. Excuse. Just saying. I'm just through observation. Even look at the Khoisan, how they built. Maybe it's because another factor is the food that they eat. But man, but they be moving around a lot. But even they're moving around a lot. Khoisan in the city that frequently come in the city are more like broader, whereas the Khoisan out in the bushes, it's like slimmer. I think there's something to it. Most definitely. So eating a balanced, nutritious diet. So focus on a diet that is rich in whole foods. We are talking about your vegetables, your fruits, your lean proteins, your healthy fats, and your whole grains. I put in the lean proteins there, but make sure it's organic. So while minimizing processed junk foods and excessive sugar, sufficient protein intake supports muscle maintenance. But for me, and what I've been learning, protein in itself isn't the thing that you need. What you need is amino acids. Amino acids is what proteins are built on. So instead of getting a finished product, you much rather would want to get the raw products that your body is actually ready and actually wanting to build with. Whereas if you put in protein into your body first has to break that protein down and then rebuild it for whatever purpose. And then there will be insalanzala, like things that like waste that gets left behind, and that is what we would call inflammation, or what eventually will cause inflammation. Okay, so I'm not saying don't eat meat, I'm just saying don't eat meat like once or twice a month. Zama, once or twice a month. Every day? If we were back in the days, no fridges, I'm not the fridge, I'm not next, on top, and you had to go and hunt your food, tell me, no, how many bucks would you be eating in a month? I will wait. So obviously this would be different for people that eat Mediterranean is that even the right word? The Mediterranean diet, basically coastal, coasting, or even people that fish. Yeah, no. Meat stays longer in the digestive system. Oh, it stays way longer, like way too long. We like let me just say this, because there is a distinction between different kinds of people, from the Chinese to the Caucasians to the Indian to the black man and then to the black person. There is biological distinctions, but if you notice, one of the best things that you could learn from how Indians cook is that they cook their food for them to be able to process, or to basically process the food faster, and by adding the spices that they add, and it also to improve the absorption of that food through the spices and the herbs that they use. So it's the same with us. We season our food very much, because especially when it comes to meat, we season meat a lot. But we also season vegetables because it is also hard to break down, because we are not herbivores. We are frugivores by nature. If you take a chart that has a frugivore, a herbivore, an omnivore, and a carnivore, you fit the description of a frugivore, not of an omnivore, not of a herbivore, not of a carnivore, of a frugivore. You fit that description of a frugivore. So we are made to mainly eat fruits. If you don't believe me, for those that are Christians, go to Genesis. What does Genesis say? I gave y'all motherfuckers fruits to eat. End of story. It did not include fishes and boars and on. Only after Noah did that come, because there were no vegetation. So you had to eat what you had, but there was no vegetation. Now that the vegetation is back, we should be eating that. But let's keep it moving. So get enough sleep, prioritizing your sleep. So getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So as much as you prioritize your diet and your exercise, testosterone is largely produced during the time that you actually sleep. So levels naturally peak in the morning after a good night's rest. We've said this before. So poor sleep can disrupt your body's normal testosterone rhythm. We understand that. Next, manage your stress and mental well-being. Given the connection between chronic stress and suppressed testosterone, learning to manage stress is beneficial. So high stress levels to elevate cortisol, which can inhibit testosterone synthesis. Engage in stress-reducing practices that work for you, whether it's exercising, meditating, deep breathing techniques, yoga, or hobbies that help you unwind and chill and relax. And I know for some of y'all that could be upuzujwala, but we all understand that now. Upuzujwala is also going to murder that testosterone. So find something else. You know, for now, kikuku. For now, kikuku. That's my thing. You know, but let's keep it moving. So don't hesitate to seek support for mental health, as treating those conditions can sometimes improve hormone balance. So strive for a healthy work-life balance and give yourself time to relax and recover. By reducing long-term stresses and taking care of your mental health, you create a psychological environment more conducive to boost testosterone levels. So sometimes, Buffett, you just need to take a deep breath and just say, just take a deep breath and just, you know, and take time for yourself. The next thing, limit alcohol and avoid drug abuse. So if you drink alcohol, do so in moderation. Heavy chronic alcohol consumption should be avoided, as it can lower your testosterone and impair testicular function. So stick to moderate guidelines. No more than 1 to 2 drinks per day, and have some alcohol-free days each week. So similarly, avoid misuse of other substances that can harm your hormonal health. For example, anabolic steroids abuse can shut down your body's natural testosterone production, and opioids or certain prescription drugs, when abused, can also suppress hormones. The bottom line is that a clean or moderation-oriented lifestyle, free of substances, will pay dividends for your testosterone in the long run. Because so I'm 36 years old. Yeah. I'm 36. I want to make it to 90 years old. Like, bro, like, I'm literally giving you the game of how to increase your testosterone. So in the big picture of it, increasing your testosterone is by first removing things that is inhibiting the production of testosterone. Your body knows how to produce this thing. You just need to get out of the body's way. You are doing things that are getting in the body's way by not sleeping. Number one, by not sleeping enough, by drinking utshwala, ubhema is all, not exercising enough, not eating whole foods and eating ultra processed foods. These are things that are stopping or inhibiting and blocking the production of testosterone. So what do? You stop doing those things, and you start doing things that will boost your testosterone, which is exercising, eating whole foods, sleeping enough. You see what I mean? So reducing exposure to endocrine disruptors also is another thing. It's basically creating your environment let there be less plastic in your life, because you eat that like plastic cleaner when you buying takeaway foods, and the takeaway food is heated. Microplastics get absorbed into the food that you are going to eat from a takeaway. Those microplastics, they are endocrine disruptors. So you want to minimize that. You want to detox. You want to ukeza umzimba wako. So charcoal is also one of those things that you can use for removing toxins out of your body. You know, Slim Fit Plenty, you know, to be able to detox your body. Whatever that you can find to help you clean out your body, go ahead and find it and use it. And also eating properly. Which one? And let me see. I think then the others is just addressing underlying health conditions. So if you have things like diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, you know, all of those things, you need to address those. And, you know, to be honest, though, the best way you can address diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity is a change of lifestyle. It doesn't beat it. A change of lifestyle. Whole foods diet solves a lot of problems. You know, starting to meditate, exercise solves a lot of problems of it. A lot of problems. So, Another thing, you want to consider professional evaluation. This is something that I even have been thinking about, getting a test done on me, doing like blood work, also, checking my sperm quality, and also getting my my T levels checked. So I'm only going to do that once I'm done with my 100-day detox. I'm only going to do that once I'm done with the 100-day detox. But yeah, consider professional evaluations, and I wouldn't necessarily go for treatment. So testosterone treatment, it's good for you, sure. But I don't like it for the fact that it doesn't solve the underlying problems. And the underlying problems is what we listed in the beginning. Environment and lifestyle. Those two things are the biggest underlying problems of low testosterone. So hormonal therapy, as much as it can boost testosterone, it actually damages your ability to reproduce. Facts. Look it up. So that's why I don't like these synthetic treatments. I don't like synthetic medicine at all. Does cayenne pepper help as well? Cayenne pepper helps with a lot of things. Cayenne pepper helps with a lot of things. What's on? Let's do this. Cayenne pepper health benefits, right? So cayenne pepper health benefits on the list. Let me do an image. Cayenne pepper is very good. So it's also vitamin A and E, fights colds and flu, provides detox support, by way of creating, it basically creates paths for elimination. So paths of elimination, when you're detoxing, your body is trying to also eliminate or remove toxins from your body. So that could be through the skin, that could be through you urinating, you taking a shit, or between those, or even crying. So cayenne pepper opens up the paths of elimination for you to be able to remove toxins from your body. So that's why it helps with that's why it helps with detoxing. Then it supports weight loss. It relieves migraine pain, relieves joint and nerve pain, works as anti-inflammatory, prevents blood clots, it treats PCOS, it prevents allergies, possible anti-cancer agent, antifungal properties. So just from those benefits in the chat, I want you to know in the chat, from reading those benefits about cayenne pepper, do you think it would help with someone who is trying to get, someone who's trying to detox? Is it a yes or a no? Is it a yes or a no, guys? Is it a yes or a no? Would cayenne pepper help? I want to know. I want to see if you guys are actually listening. Yes, it would help. Yes. You feel me? So I encourage you guys to really just, like, the reason why I like doing these type of lectures, besides me liking to do it as it is, I get to learn a lot, but also at the same time, I get to teach people how to learn. So you see how I'm learning. On top, you see how I don't like being called a doctor. That's why I use the word coach, because I learn stuff, I experiment, I fumble, I win, and then I come back and I'm like, yo guys, this thing works, or this thing doesn't work, or it didn't work for me, but try it out. Please come back, tell me how you figured it out, if it worked for you. Let's compare notes. Maybe I failed by doing this and not this. So it's important to do your own research. Don't believe anything, because right now we live in an age of information overload. There's so much information out there. Only 1 year ago, we started seeing influencers talking about the carnivore diet. 1 year ago. And now it's trending. Now people are talking about the carnivore diet, wakikabata, especially if you have melanin. Especially if you have melanin. Wakikabata. One thought. So you really have to like go ahead and try it. You are going to lose weight. Because why? You are removing processed foods from your diet. You are literally removing processed foods from your diet. And yes, it's good because you are getting fats into your body, which is good. One thought. But is that moving through your body properly? Yes or no? And then you have other people telling you, okay, vegetables and fruits are poisonous because oh my God, there's so much. There's so much out there. That's why I don't even tell people if they should be eating nama or not. If bajuja nama how, but ijeka timing, understand nama how, have knowledge about you, whatever that you're eating. Hi, Suhala. Suhala actually. But yeah. What else? Okay. So I think that's about it. So by implementing these solutions, man can combat the downward trend in their personal testosterone levels. In essence, the prescription for healthier testosterone is similar to the prescription for overall well-being, because testosterone in itself is directly linked to your well-being. You fuck up your testosterone levels, you are gonna be fucked up. You are gonna be all the way fucked up. You are literally so close to losing. So be careful out here. So as an endocrine, let me show you the word so that you don't. This kind of drama. Yeah, let me show you. Endocrinologist. So as one endocrinologist put it, there's a big mystery here. Focus on living healthy, regular exercise, nutritious diet. Flip. Nutritious diet. Yeah. Weight control, good sleep, stress management, and avoidance of toxin exposure will not only improve your testosterone, but also benefit your cardiovascular health, your mental health, and longevity. The improvements of testosterone are a real bonus on top of the general health gains. So in conclusion, testosterone levels in men have been falling over the decades, a fact that has sparked concern amongst health experts and public alike. This decline is multifactorial, meaning it's driven by many changes in our collective lifestyle, like more obesity, less activity, more stress. Also our environment, which is chemical exposure, and health patterns. While the average man today may have slightly lower testosterone than his father did, this is not an irreversible fate, meaning you can undo this. By understanding the problem and its causes, men can take proactive steps to protect and even raise their testosterone levels naturally. The solutions essentially boil down to healthy living and addressing risk factors. In case there is not enough, modern medicine, modern medicine for me is natural medicine. With proper diagnosis and therapy can help to correct clinically low levels. Oh, yeah. That took longer than expected. Masifake nama-likes lapho. This is like it's my first time saying these type of things, but yeah, everyone, if you learn something, faka likes. Let me know. Ufundile namhlanje. Did you get to learn something? How do you order Slim Fit tea? To the website, through my website. So whether you want to order Slim Fit tea, bitter cola, wet kiss for the ladies, pre-order, what is that? Pre-order the oil for the gents, strong. Hey, yo, chill, B. Hold on. Strong. Hardline. So if you want to order hardline, also go to the website. So the website is bufullspectrum.com. bufullspectrum.com. Let me show you. Let's go to home. So this is the website on Oh, okay. So you go to the website and then you go here to herbs and blends. And then in herbs and blends, this is what I have right now. The catalog is getting big. Today we just added one more product, which is Hardline, the men's natural arousal oil. And then this is Wet Kiss, the Yoni arousal oil. This is for females, for the ladies. Then we have Bitter Cola. So when you're getting the Slim Fit Plenty, so these three especially for gents. So I would say this. For ladies, I would get myself the Slim Fit Plenty, Core Minerals, and I would also get Wet Kiss. For the gents, I would literally get Slim Fit Plenty, Core Minerals, Bitter Cola, and the arousal oil. The reason why I would suggest getting these oils is because these oils get absorbed directly into the skin, into the bloodstream. So as opposed to drinking and eating your herbs to be able to get aroused and whatnot, this goes directly through the blood, and it also travels through the rest of your system. And these are all natural. So yeah. So as part of your upkeep, so core minerals is sea moss and bladderwrack. So this is a multi-mineral because you might not be getting enough nutrients from your diet. So core mineral is what you would need to supplement the minerals that you're not getting from your food. Then Slim Fit Plenty, this is going to help you with maintaining, what do you call this? A good weight. And this is purely through suppressing your appetite, detoxing the liver, detoxing the gut, and also helping to detox the kidneys, which are very pivotal in us being able to filter out metabolic waste. Well, not necessarily metabolic waste, but lymphatic waste. Yeah. So yeah. The website is bufullspectrum.com. bufullspectrum.com. I'll type it out in the section. In the Sundays. Into this. Something happened here. Something. Yo, ngabakinsi konzo. My God. Tajay, kitlaren, mocho vele ukinsi konzo. Umuntu ukinsi konzo nje. What's the website? So let me do this. Let me see if I can reply. Oh, I was slow, Jana. Come on. Reply. So, bufullspectrum.com. There we go. So that's the website. bufullspectrum.com. That's where you can get all of these herbs. So let me see. It's my first time on your live, and I'm glad I joined. I learned a lot. I'm glad that you learned a lot, my brother. And let me see. Do we have any more questions? Okay, I don't think we have any more questions. If you have any questions, it could be related to what we were talking about here, or it could be something else. I'm here for a couple more minutes. 21 questions. It is a pleasure, my brother. It is a pleasure. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I'm gonna be responding to people. Any questions? Anybody? Any questions? Anybody? Any questions? Let me ask you a question. So we spoke about we did the whole testosterone, the problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this live, and I'm going to upload it onto a YouTube. I'm going to upload it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just packed up my mic. Can you guys hear me now? Oh, no sound, no sound. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Thank you so much. Yep, okay, cool. Let me go back to that. So chronic alcohol and substance use. So excessive alcohol intake is another lifestyle factor that can depress testosterone levels. So chronic heavy drinking has been shown to damage the testes and liver, leading to lower testosterone production. So alcohol abuse is known to raise estrogen levels. So estrogen is what we would call the female hormone, right? So it downregulates testosterone and upregulates estrogen. And that's why when you look at someone who drinks a lot, what do they develop? They develop men boobs, and they develop an ass. This is like signs of testosterone levels going down. So let's look more into this. And blah, 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 blah. So other substances can have effects too, but we just wanted to touch on the alcohol. Let me see. How do I find the information about the 100-day detox? So about the 100-day detox, still on the website under the library. And let me go with this. So still on the website, you scroll all the way down to find ebook library. In the ebook libraries is where you'll find the 14-day detox, the 100-day detox, and you'll also find other pamphlets and information and PDFs basically and guides that I put in there, for your betterment. Sikhuphula kanje kancane nje yabo. So many things happening. So many things are happening. Any other question? Is there any other question? And also, Sibusiso says, I know, I'm George. Okay. So this will go on to YouTube. Make sure you guys, after the live, you go to the website. When you scroll all the way down to the website, you'll find a YouTube play button, like a YouTube logo. Click on that YouTube logo, subscribe to the channel. So since you guys don't have a question, I have a question for you guys. What should we talk about next week, Monday? What do you guys want to talk about next week, Monday? It can be something that I've spoken about, something I've never talked about. What do you guys want to talk about Monday? Next week, Monday. Schedule it, and the next live is going to be for next week, Monday. I still have to limit the amount of lives that I do because I don't want to burn myself out like I did last time. I was doing like 2 or 3 lives a week. I was doing sessions with 2 sessions on the WhatsApp group, 1 session with the guys on Monday, another session with the ladies on Thursday. It was a lot doing a live on a Tuesday, doing a live on a Sunday. It was a pugini. So I don't want to burn myself out. What would you guys like for us to talk about in the next live? What should be the topic in the next live? It can be health related, it can be sex related. These are my fortes. But it can't be too explicit. It can't be too explicit, y'all. Because I already came back from my main account being banned. From 80,000. I was on 80,000 followers. God. I was on 80,000. Imagine we crossed the 10,000 followers. We'll probably make maybe 200K before the end of the year, but it's all good. Nah. Don't even worry about it, because I'm not even sweating it. What has been the fasting for you? To be honest, I fell off a bit. I've been overloading myself a lot. Remember, fasting benefits. I thought you were asking about how my fasting was going. I get to the work. Fasting benefits. There's a lot of fasting benefits. I guess one of the best ways I can actually share this is, I'm trying to find the right thing. The best way I can share fasting benefits is understanding what happens during a fast. One thought. This is like really beautiful. Fasting benefits by hour. Let's do that. So this is going to help you understand the benefits of fasting. Excuse me. Asibadimu kapola. Asibadimu. So 0 to 4 hours, the body is actively digesting food and processing glucose. This is 0 to 4 hours. 4 to 12 hours, the body begins to use stored glucose and enter the early fasting state, meaning the body now is looking towards the body, is looking towards burning fat that, again, burning fat that is already on your body. This is where weight loss starts. This is where fat burning starts, and at 4 to 12 hours. So if you are eating 3 times a day, you don't give your body a chance to enter this state. And then we have 12 to 16 hours. Fat burning increases as the body switches to using stored fat for energy. Meaning, your body is like, we need energy. We are going for the fat that we already have on our body. Shisalento. That's why if you want to lose weight, one of the best ways that you can actually lose weight is if you do like intermittent fasting, and you do it in a way that, in this way. You do intermittent fasting in one day. So let's say it's Monday today. Today you eat within a 4-hour time period. You eat between the hours of 12 and 4. You have your 2 meals. After your last meal, you do not eat anything, you just drink liquids. And the next day, you don't eat a thing the next day. You do a whole fast for that whole day. And then you eat the following day on a Wednesday. Same thing. You do that so that you can activate the fat burning, the faster fat burning process. And then let's look at the 12 to 24 hour autophagy. Autophagy is when now your body starts to repair its cells. That's why when you fast, you actually start to look younger, because your body is literally removing dead skin cells, dead liver cells, dead cells all across the body, removing that and replacing it with new cells, So understand that, right? If I were to do like a 7-day fast, a 7-day water fast, I would firstly look very skinny, but also I would look very young. I'll probably look like a little Ben 10. So, yeah. So 24 to 36 hours, autophagy significantly increases. So now you are kicking in more into that cleansing of the cells, right? And then we have 36 to 48 hours, autophagy continues to increase, and the immune system now begins to reset and regenerate. Now, and then from 48 hours to 72 hours, autophagy may reach its peak. The body may continue to experience benefits like improved inflammation response. And then beyond 72 hours, you have longer fasts. A longer fast can lead to further metabolic changes, but it's important to be cautious and consult the healthcare professional. Doing what. So you can imagine. Also, human growth hormone. The secretion of the human growth hormone increases. This helps with muscles. This helps with regenerating. This also helps with testosterone. So you want to balance out your hormones. This is the benefits of the fasting. Next week, can we discuss ways to reduce or minimize prostate cancer? Prostate cancer. Prostate health. Let's say prostate health. Prostate health. We're gonna do it the same way as we did it today. We are gonna look at prostate health. Everybody, Nitini, what do you guys say? Prostate health? We're doing prostate health next week Monday. Zandi answer share. Hurt my feelings. So, does everyone agree? That okay? Sandila says yes. Let me know. Is the heart saying yes? We agree. We are talking about prostate health next week. Okay, we got another yes. Okay, next week we are talking about prostate health. So be it. But that said, Bafetu, I need to go to sleep. We talked about this during the build. Sleep is very important. So please, Let's go back to sleep. Let's go to sleep. Turn off your phones. Turn off the lights. If you have a partner, slide in one last time before you go to sleep. But yeah, well, that's it. Thank you guys for tapping in. And yeah, thank you for tapping in for yourself more than anything else. Whew. Man, I love doing this. Okay. Fetu, sharp. Wait, there's still 39. There's still 40 people. Here. You are late, yeah, you are late. There's 40 people, 39 people. Can we do this before we leave? Before I leave, can we do this? Everybody that's watching, tap on the screen until we get to 10K likes. Just, I want to see something. Just tap on the screen until we get to 10K hearts. I want to see something. Just before I go. That's what I'm asking. Everybody, just move that screen of yours. Also gently. Move it also gently. Okay, we got 9.2. Okay, we got 9.3. More that screen. More screen 9.4. Let's go. More the screen. 9.5. Let's go. 500. 9.6. Let's go. 9.7. Okay. 9.8. Okay. 9.9. Okay. 10 bytes. Okay, I fade. Okay, thank you guys. I don't know what these likes do. Like, what do the likes do, like, in general for me? Actually, let's not answer that question today. But yeah, thank you to everybody. And remember, you want to order your herbs, you want to order some products, you want to get some coaching. You want to get some coaching, my cell phone number is on my profile. You can send me a WhatsApp. If you're struggling with the links, linking to my website from my bio, send me a WhatsApp. I will send you the links in through WhatsApp, or send me a DM. Yeah, for coaching, products, hit up the website or hit me up. We'll make a plan. But otherwise, good night, y'all. Love y'all.